Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how you can add a natural language processing endpoint inside an AgilePoint NX application. What I'm going to do is I have an application called customer feedback. It's a utility kind of an application. I'm going to open it. This application is acting as a sub application to my main application or a child application where it just sends a form externally to a customer to provide the feedback. This is sent anonymously. And once the customer receives this, and if I open this form, you can see the fields. He can see some information about the order which he had placed, and he has a star rating field over here and a feedback field where he can enter the feedback. So as you can see, some order information which is read only, and then star rating and a feedback field. Now, what I intend to do over here is there is a new integration in AgilePoint for Microsoft Cognitive Services, and one of them is sentiment analysis. There are a few other ones like face recognition, keyword phrase extraction, language detection. I'm going to use sentiment analysis and feed in customer feedback to the sentiment analysis endpoint for natural language processing, and it would send me back a sentiment score. So if I click on this and go click next, so you could see that I have an access token over here where I have fed in my cognitive services key. I'm going to leave it as is, and then I map the request where I said that pass the feedback into the sentiment analysis endpoint and get back the sentiment score, which I mapped to a variable called sentiment score. And I'm going to go ahead and say, and the rule I have set over here is if sentiment score is below 70%, so if I consider it as customer is not satisfied, and I'm going to ask him for assign the task to a customer service representative to call him. I'm going to go ahead and go into my main application over here. Again, this is one application which you guys have seen probably me using this application in some of the past demos. So somebody comes in, submits a new order. It goes to PayPal for payment authorization. If the payment is authorized, it goes for straight through processing where it enters the order in Salesforce, sends out an order confirmation, and then it consumes that sub application over here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Work Center and kick off this new application. I'm going to go to the COM application, which is Customer Order Management. For those of you who have seen some of my past videos would know that this is basically an application which brings up data from Salesforce, captures latitude and longitude, shows me past order history from Salesforce, and I'm going to go ahead and order, say, 4 chairs, $40 each. And I'm going to enter my credit card information. And go ahead and click submit. Now if I go back to my inbox, I can go to either Manage Center or processes I have started. And do a view process. Expand it so that you guys can see the whole process. So you can see it went through the straight through processing because PayPal authorized the payment. And now it is sitting at the get feedback step. So I'm going to go ahead and drill down into this. And you can see that surely it is sitting on the customer feedback step. So I'm going to switch back into one of my mailboxes and go do a send and receive. You can see I have a task over here. I'm going to copy this link and open it in a private window so that you can see this is an anonymous task. And I'm going to give it a low rating so that I can see the sentiment analysis thing working. Seat was terrible. So it would convert the natural language statement into, and then because it's an anonymous form, it will say, okay, do I want to close it? I'll go ahead and say yes. And if I switch back to this process, you can see the sentiment analysis was performed on it. It said that the sentiment score was less than 70%, and it automatically redirected to a customer service representative. So this way I can bring in some of the natural language processing endpoints into my application as well. Thanks for your time.